Hello, my name is Kapungunchito and welcome to the Enlightenment Citizen. We just want to thank you for your time, that you found it that it is important for you to join us, and we just also want to thank you for your feedback, and also just want to also say that as an Enlightened Citizen is one who has woken up from a deep sleep or a slumber of poverty, disease, and a general lack. And the Enlightened Citizen also is one who respects views that are different from his own, and also is one who has a passion for argument, for debate. What are we discussing today on the Enlightened Citizen? I think if you notice, the Enlightened Citizen, the message has a common thread, and at some point you may even think that the message is a repetition, which it is, because there is a certain consistency and a certain message that we are giving. Maybe we may give it in a different way, but the message is the same. The message will not change. So the message of the Enlightened Citizen is very consistent, and it's the same message. So we may be saying the same thing in a different way. So when you start feeling like these people, why do they keep on speaking about this? Why are they giving us the same message? Then you understand what the Enlightened Citizen is about. Because the message of the Enlightened Citizen is not going to change. So there's a consistency. And yes, there's a repetition in the message. Because the message is the same. We want a certain kind of message to resonate with you, to align with you, the Zambian and the African. So what are we discussing today? Today is just really a continuation of the same message that we have been given. And we're going to continue on one of the messages, which was entitled, What Words Are We Speaking as Zambians? Now, we have referred to the Bible where it says that the words that I speak, they shall not return to me void, they shall accomplish that which I desire. And also we have referred to the Bible when we have said that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Now, Zambia even having been declared as a Christian nation, which we have, I think, spoken about at length, that we do not agree with what that means, but the Bible is an important book. We have agreed that. Now, sometimes we read these words, and for some reason we just think that they're just words. We don't attach the importance. We don't give them the significance that the Bible itself gives them. Now, when we say that what words are Zambians are speaking, what are we saying? Because for Zambia to be the way it is, it means that the Zambians themselves, there is something that the Zambians want. There's something that the Zambians have been saying. There's a word that the Zambians have been speaking, which has come back to them. Unfortunately, most of the time, this thing is done on a subconscious level. Now, I'll give you an example. In terms of leadership, Zambians decided that they wanted a poor leader and a humble leader. I don't know what that means to the Zambians, but for some reason, that resonated a lot during the election period, I think of 2015 and of 2016. That that was what Zambians wanted. And they got what they wanted. Now, how has that benefited Zambians? Why were Zambians so attracted to the person of a humble leader and a poor leader? How is that useful to a people when you decide that you want a humble leader and a poor leader? Granted, that's what Zambians wanted. And that was given to them. Now, why are we saying that? So those words, that is what the Zambians were saying in 2015 and in 2016. The Zambians said, they decided, no, us, we want a poor leader and we want a humble leader. And they got what they wanted. So if you want evidence to see that the words that you speak, they accomplish that which you speak, even collectively as a people, if this is not evidence enough for you, it's fine. But for us as a United Citizen, we're giving you evidence and showing that Zambians actually manifested what they wanted. Zambians got the kind of leader that they wanted. Now, Why is it that Zambians felt that it was important for them to have a humble person and a poor person as the president? How was that going to benefit the Zambians? Now, are Zambians happy with a humble leader and a poor leader? That's really the question that Zambians must answer. Now, as the Enlightened citizen, what we have said is that we believe that meritocracy must be the system of government. And we have also said that social mobility must be based on education. Okay? As the Enlightened citizen, we are saying that the best brains and the best minds must run the system, must run the government. So what are we saying? We're not saying that as the Enlightened citizen, we don't think that a humble leader and a poor leader has anything to do with leadership. Maybe those are qualities that a person can have on a personal level. If those are qualities that people admire on a personal level, that's fine. As the Enlightened citizen, we have said that we respect views that are different, even from our own. So we're saying that I don't think it is a qualification for leadership. Even I think for a market, even for someone to qualify as a market chairman, I don't think that in the market it must be a qualification that for someone to be the chairman of a market, he must be humble and he must be poor. What kind of traits are those? And if you're such a leader, what exactly do you expect this leader to do? How are you going to benefit as a people? Because leadership is supposed to benefit the people. So when you elect a leader, it means that this person has a vision. You want this person to take you somewhere. You want, as the people, you have identified that this person has got certain qualities and you want him to take him somewhere. You want him to take you as a people somewhere. You have objectives. You have goals. You have a strategy. You have a story. So you think that this is the best person that can take you where you want to go. I'll give an example again from the Bible. Moses had an encounter with God, and God said that he needed him to take his children from Egypt into the promised land. And Moses became a leader, and Moses had a message. Okay, these people had been living in Egypt for so many years. Then they found this person who actually convinced them that he had spoken to God, and God had said that he needed to move them from where they were, and he was taking them somewhere. So for the Israelites to actually believe Moses and to follow him, it means that Moses had a message that resonated with them, and Moses had a message that they believed. That's why they were able to live whatever it is, the life that they had lived. Everything that they knew, they were able to uproot and follow this person because they believed that he had a message and he was taking them somewhere. And where is this somewhere where he was taking them? He was taking them to the promised land. So that is who a leader is. Someone who inspires you as a people. Someone who you listen to. Someone who you feel is going to take you where you want to go. Now, if someone, let's say, decide that they want a humble leader and a poor leader, what is it that this humble leader and poor leader is supposed to do for us as a people? Why would we put our faith as a people in the hands of a humble person and a poor person? How is that a qualification for anything? Now, if Zambians can decide that they want a humble leader and a poor leader, it means that they can also decide that they want a strong leader. So what are the qualities? As an Enlightened citizen, we've said that we need a leader who has a vision for the country. But we've also said that before we talk about the vision of the leader, what about the vision of the people? So what is the vision for Zambia? So that even when you are looking at a leader, what is your vision? What is it that you want to achieve as a people? And we've been going through a list. That one, we want Zambia to be a nation of laws. That we must respect the rule of law. Okay? That no one is above the law. That's what we've said. That's the vision for Zambia. Zambia respects the law. There's a rule of law. And that as a people, what we follow is the law, not the whims of men. Okay? And that we want to have a clean country with, we want to have clean buildings, clean toilets. We want a country that has a garden-like feel. You move around, it's green, the grass is properly cut, it's nice, there are shrubs all over, there are flowers all over. We've even said that we want road maintenance to be done by indigenous Zambian companies. We want at least in every place, and we give an example of saying, at least where there are 5,000 people, there must be a clinic that must be clean, that must have enough medicine to look after the people in that area. At least, and then also we must have a school. A clean place where children can go and feel safe. Now, what are we saying? We're saying, can we then as Zambians start visualizing these things? These are just some of the examples of what vision we must have as a people. Now, can we start believing these things? Can we start visualizing this? Can we start saying that this is the vision that we want as a people? This is the kind of life that we want to live. Now, once we decide that and it becomes part of our DNA and we accept that as who we are and what we want, then we can say, can we have a leader who can give us these things? Then we're going to identify a leader from amongst us who we feel has got the qualities to give us this kind of life. So, the mistake that we make is that we look at people. Oh, what about this one? Now, why has this one? If this one won't we? No, it's not about this one or that one. It's about us as a people. What do we want? So, what language are we speaking? What is it that we want to achieve as a people? Can we forget about these politicians for once? And can we, as a people, then decide what is our language? What is our language for development? What kind of houses do we want to live in? What kind of roads do we want to see? What kind of buildings do we want to see around us? What kind of schools do we want our kids to go to? What kind of clinics or hospitals do we want to go to? What kind of culture do we want? Don't we want a corruption-free society where everyone is equal before the law? In terms of business, we have equal opportunities for business. Can we have a system where politicians and those who are political connected are not involved in business? Because the problem that we have now is that politicians and public servants are running businesses. Okay? They're running businesses and they have an unfair advantage which has killed the spirit of entrepreneurship. Because if you're not politically connected, you cannot run a business. Now, what kind of system is that? So can we as people define what we want? What is the language that we are speaking as Zambians? So, we've given you an example. Zambians wanted a humble leader and a poor leader. And they got one. Has that helped us? Has that taken us where we want to go? My submission is that has not helped us. And that we must now define what we want. So, 2021 is an election year. As you look at these politicians who want to lead us, don't look at them in a way that, no, that one is the one who can save us, that one, this one. No, what is it? First, decide yourself. What is it that you want as a person? What language are you speaking as a Zambian? What are you expecting as a Zambian? What kind of life do you want to lead? Once you are very sure in your own heart and in your mind what you would really want to see as a Zambian, you decide that this is the kind of Zambia that I want. I want this kind of education. I want this kind of health. I want this kind of infrastructure. Once you are clear, you're comfortable, then you can start looking at the leaders and say, amongst the leaders, who can give us this kind of life that we want? Then we will not have a problem. Because the problem actually that we have is not about the politicians. It's about us as a people not knowing where we want to go, what we want to do, and what kind of life we want to lead as a people. So once again, as the Enlightened citizen, we just encourage you, please share this message. Speak to as many people as you can. If you want to help us, you can only help us by helping yourself. Because this message is not really about us. It's about us as the people, collectively. What is it that we want to achieve? Where do we want to see ourselves? So please share this video to at least 3 or 4 people. Speak about this message. Decide what you want to see as a Zambian. What kind of country you would like to see. What kind of country you would like to grow up in. What kind of country you would like you to raise your children in. Thank you very much. Until next time, stay blessed.